Today, I will be explaining the New Order iceberg. This iceberg covers a lot of good and interesting information. If you don't know how icebergs work, they first start at more well-known things, and then the more it descends, the more obscure the things become. Old Heydrich focus tree. After the Civil War, Heydrich was teased in his development diary to have a much bigger focus tree that lasted for up to 2 years. However, even in those days, Himmler would launch the nuclear weapons as soon as he could, and you could only finish it after a few months. It included turning Germany into a Spartanist society and regaining the Reich's eastern holdings. Every trace of the past was removed, Heydrich's opponents were exterminated, and Germans were given the option of joining the military or working as laborers. Following the abolition of the slave system, all that a German might own was their communal barracks bed and the food provided by the state. Any luxury was destroyed, and the person found in possession of one was executed. The major cities were to be abandoned by the end of the tree. Panzer's breaking point. Someone someday asked Panzer, "Will there be the great building in Neu-Berlin?" Panzer then smashed some keys on his keyboard. Nothing much to this one. Independent Ulster. Instead of having the Northern Counties Special Zone in Northern Ireland, there used to be an independent Ulster led by Basil Brooke. United Kazakhstan. In early TNO, there used to be the Republic of Kazakhstan. This would go on to be replaced by multiple warlords, including Nowa Polska. This would then again be removed to have a united Kazakhstan, but communist. Old portraits. In TNO, there used to be many old portraits that were scrapped and replaced. Goering's are interesting, because the more he conquered in his war plans, the more medals his portrait would get. Bonyachenko is also interesting, because he had the most amount of portrait changes in all of TNO history, having 8 portraits. Ulster and Aktau. Aktau was a National Socialist Kazakh warlord which got removed in CRF, led by Safa Gazis. Bormann being more incompetent, Bormann would slowly let the empire wither away with his old policies, the opposite of Goering or Speer. Ordenstadt Burgundy. Burgundy used to be a red color, due to a color glitch. Also, Burgundy had a completely different focus tree, being made to interfere with global events. This, of course, got removed. Green/white Finland. There was a debate on whether to make Finland white or green. If it was white, it would look good, but it would hide the lakes. If it was green, it would look uglier, but show the lakes. They decided to stick with white. Albert of Arabia. There was an Arab spear focus tree. Nothing much here either. Old Burgundy focus tree. I already explained this one, so I will just skip it. Genuinely democratic Speer. Speer used try and change Germany into a state like Italy, with more freedoms and such. This got scrapped for a more liberal state. Alternate Malta Conference. It was planned that the Malta Conference, provided you picked the correct decisions, could actually succeed and keep the triumvirate alive. Vietnam focus tree. It was planned for Vietnam to get its own focus tree, but was removed early in development. 2 Italies. As Goering, when you invaded Italy, I think that Italy would be split in 2, one being the Italian Social Republic and the other one being the Mezzogiorno. Somaliland. I am not sure what this one is about. Maybe it has something to do when Italian East Africa collapses like an unused warlord state. Thick Slovakia. I'm also not sure what this means. Maybe they are talking about the disputed land between Hungary and Slovakia. Cossack state. The Cossacks would revolt and start a civil war if Erich Koch didn't deal with them. North and West Chita. In early TNO, there used to be 2 warlord states called North Chita and West Chita. North Chita was considerably bigger than West Chita. Tanutuva. Tanutuva used to be independent. That was later removed, I think. However, like Kazakhstan, it was later re-added into the game, just communist. Shina. Shina was a state in Asia which would represent China. Strangely enough, it has normal China right above it. It is most likely a Japanese client state. Independent Albania and independent Yugoslavia. These 2 states are found present in old versions of TNO. Bulgarian Istanbul. In early screenshots and images of TNO, Bulgaria owned Istanbul and all of the Turkish territory in Europe. Mosley, England. It is said that potentially Mosley could have took control of England. Of course, this idea was scrapped. Mosley would likely never work with the Nazis. Instead, Mosley packed his bags and headed to Canada. POD was Germany winning the Battle of Bulge. I don't have a clue about what this is talking about. Phalangist Poland owns East Prussia. Strangely, Phalangist Poland owns East Prussia in this old screenshot of early TNO. Alexander Medvedev leading the Aryan Brotherhood. Alexander Medvedev was planned to lead the AB, However, when the developers found out that he was an anti-fascist, they replaced him with Guthrum Wagner. Independent Greek South Macedonia. In some old screenshots of TNO, there is an independent state which is in South Macedonia. Strange, right? Italy occupying the Middle East, even Turkey. In old TNO, Italy would not have client states or puppets. It would own all of them, leading to a pretty sizable empire. Libsock Burgundy. Not sure what this is about, but a socialist Burgundy sounds like a terrible idea. RK Mittelmeer. There used to be a Reichskommissariat in the Mediterranean Sea, dried up of course, called RK Mittelmeer. When independent, its name would be Mediterranea. Vic2 TNO. TNO used to be for Victoria 2. Later, it got changed to be for Hoi 4. Nazbol Komi. Komi used to be bigger and be like the Aryan Brotherhood. They would use units called the Sturmoviks, clearly copying off of the Sturmabteilung. Soviet Switzerland. The devs made a mistake and turned Switzerland communist. This was later corrected. Bergsis England. This is probably referring to Heinrich HMMLR, which is Himmler's fake name if he moves to England. Purple Romania. I have no clue on what this is talking about. Secret versions. I don't know what it means by this. However, I know some good secrets in TNO. One being that you can summon a country called the Legio Nime Hispania, which are time-traveling Romans with insane buffs. Then, there is one of a free Quebec, having its own state. It is led by Daniel Johnson Sr. Lastly, there is an event where Goering gets crowned Kaiser, which was replaced, at least in Goering's wild ride, with Goering claiming to be Jesus. There you've had it, lads, the TNO Iceberg. Like and subscribe for more content.